And the Mavs get to 32 and 26. The Lakers 35 and 24. KCP with 29. 6 of 12 from three. Dennis Schroeder 25 and 13. Andre Drummond a double-double, 14 and 19. But it's just not enough. Luka, Porzingis, Josh Richardson, all five starters in double figures. Porzingis did leave the game in the third quarter. And you see the difference in free throws right there. Plus 12 for the Mavs. That is the difference. Let's hear from Frank Vogel. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, Frank, just wanted to start on AD. What did you see from him, and based on what your expectations were and how he was moving physically, especially?
Great to him back in a Lakers uniform and on the floor for us. I had a little bit of rust, but I thought he played extremely well, and we're super excited to have him back out there.
Do you know the plan yet, Frank, for tomorrow and evaluating how he feels and then what the plan would be for the next game minutes-wise?
Yeah, it's just predicated on how we respond to tonight's work. Be evaluated tomorrow, and then we'll go from there.
How much did you think that impacted the way the game flow went in terms of him playing the first half, not the second? And how did you guys did you see a difference in the way you played in the halves?
Yeah, I mean, there were two different halves for sure. But anytime you integrate a player of that caliber, there's going to be an adjustment period with the guys around him, not just with him. And, I feel like we saw that a little bit in the first half, but that's just part of, what we have to go through during this stretch. And, hopefully before we know it, he'll be back to playing, normal starter minutes and helping us win games.
Dave? Frank, I'd say tonight's game because of AD coming back, and then that game you played in Brooklyn Saturday night and against one of the more notable teams in the league this season were some of the more high-profile, high-attention games that you've had in this last stretch. And in both of them, Schroeder had really big nights. Does that say anything about him being like a big-time player? And what did he give you tonight? He really seemed to really spark that comeback in the third.
No question. This is arguably his best game as a Laker. I think that is a good sign that he's rising to the occasion on big games, and hopefully that bodes well for us come playoff time. But he was spectacular tonight. I think 25 and 13 with 4 turnovers, and guarded Luka much of the night. Really great performance by Dennis.
Kyle?
Hey, Frank, I know at that point it's out of your hands in the second half where AD's got to rest, but was there any, impulse in your body just sort of being like, wait, this guy's healthy now, and wouldn't it be so great to play him, or where were you at mentally with that?
Zero. There's a plan to get him some work. We don't have any practice time, so we have to use games to get him back in shape, and you have to follow the medical team's recommendation. So there's no thought process with that.
Brad?
How you doing, Frank?
All right, BT, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Your starting backcourt had a combined 54 points, 29 from KCP, 25 from Dennis. How encouraging is that to see that from both those guys being attacking and being aggressive like that?
Yeah, well, we already talked about Dennis, and KCP has been playing this way for a few weeks now, and I love it. I'm super excited about what he's done over the last few weeks, and I think that's something that can carry over to when we're whole with Bron, AD, and Drum out there. I think we're going to be a tough team to beat. If you get that type of performance from Dennis and KCP, so really encouraging signs from both of those guys.
Lakers and Mavericks are going to run it back on Saturday. Game time is